Hey guys, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Paige.
And this is the Pretty Please podcast. Uh-oh.
Episode 1 of Pretty Please podcast. Let's get this party started.
Let's go.
I'm Paige. I'm the owner of Front Page Treats.
And I'm Lauren. I'm the owner of Bates Boutique.
And in this episode, we really just want to take the time to let you all kind of get to know us. Get to see who we are. We'll get deeper into like business and things like that later on, but I think it'll be good.
Tell us your favorite childhood memory from when you lived in Indiana.
I think I have a few, actually.
Okay.
So we lived in Brownsburg, and we lived in a neighborhood, and there was a ton of kids in our neighborhood. So one of them would be just hanging out with all the kids. We would literally run around. Our parents would be like, all right, go outside and play. And I mean, they didn't worry about it. No, nothing like that. So, I mean, we were just out there all the time playing, jumping on the trampoline, swing sets, going in the corn mazes, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other one is we had some friends. Their name is the Freckers, and they live on a farm. They had horses, goats, chickens, all kinds of stuff. And we would go out there every single weekend and just have fun. Just like hang out, go mudding on the four-wheelers,
that
do all
sounds like
kinds of
something
stuff.
you'd do in Indiana.
Yeah.
The corn maze.
So this little preppy girl does like to get her hands dirty. I like to have fun. You did live in Indiana for a little bit. What part did you live in?
Rossville, like right outside of Lafayette.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember the corn. It was so flat.
Yeah, it's really flat.
And lots of corn.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta get out. I only lived there for 8 months. I was like, I gotta go.
What is one of your favorite ways to spend a day off?
Oh, gosh. I would definitely say with my friends and family. My family is very, very close-knit. Like all
I would
of us.
say, you're all very, very close.
We're definitely super close. Like, when we have free time, we're normally all together. So I would definitely just say that. And then, of course, with Liam, spending time with him. Because I feel like I don't get enough of that. So definitely that, I would say.
That's fair. I feel like in the summer, you're always either at a pool or at the boat.
I was going to say, when it's nice out, like I feel like in the winter, we hibernate a little bit.
I feel like that's fair, though.
But I feel like most people do. But in the summer, definitely at my mom's pool or on the boat.
That's fair. I'm going on that boat this year.
Yeah, you are. When did y'all move to Tennessee and what brought you here?
We moved to Tennessee when I was going into 4th grade.
Okay.
I was going into 4th grade.
So you were like 9?
I think if that's I don't even know the ages anymore.
I think that would be around like 9.
I was going into 4th grade, and I'll be honest, I remember getting on the bus when we were in Indiana and telling our next door neighbors and all of them like we were moving. I remember getting, my mom had a black Suburban. We got in there, and I remember leaving that day.
Really?
Like, I do remember it.
You got a good memory. I can't remember what I did yesterday.
It's things like that I remember.
There's certain things, yeah.
And we moved because my dad's side of the family all lived here.
Okay.
So his brother and his sister. So he has a brother and a sister. And then, of course, all of my cousins were here. On my dad's side, there's a total of 10 of us, cousin-wise. So there's a lot of us here. And where we moved, we were all within like 1.5 to 2 miles away from each other.
Oh, that's fun.
So he ended up they moved us up here to be closer to family. Dad ended up going and doing his thing in sales and everything else. But I think at that time it was like, okay, they either have to do it, and I could be wrong. They either have to do it now while we're little.
Yeah.
Or they won't do it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's one thing I can say I appreciate that my parents did is they kept us where we were. Like, we didn't have to move around and have to continuously find new friends or get a new friend group. Like,
yeah, I didn't have to do that either. So, but
they kept us.
But I can only imagine that would be
I knew,
tough.
like, it's then or never.
Yeah.
I will say we're still very close with a lot of our friends in Indiana. Like, our next door neighbors, he just retired. My parents went up there and went to his retirement party, things like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good that you still keep in touch with everybody back there.
So. Absolutely. So it's been fun. It's been good. I would say I call Tennessee more home now, though, than I do. I've lived in Tennessee more.
Yeah, you've lived here longer now.
So it's been good, though. All right. Would you say you're more of an extrovert or an introvert? I know the answer to this
is a given. I'm definitely more of an introvert. Like, this is totally out of my comfort zone. I'm sure you can probably tell. But I'm a lot like my dad. My dad is very introverted. But I will say, being in retail the last, I've had this store 8 years now. And then I worked, in high school, I worked at Charmin Charlie's. And then I worked at the consignment shop next door. So I've probably been in retail, 12 years now, and I feel like that really has brought me out of your shell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like you're definitely an introvert, like you said, but you do have your mom in you. You can come out of your shell.
You get a drink in me, I turn into Charlene.
Good old Charlene. We should have Charlene on the podcast.
Oh my God, we should. She's a hoot. But yeah, I do. I feel like I have a lot of similarities of my mom, but I also have a lot of my dad. So I feel like I'm a good mix.
That's fair.
So
I feel like Liam's going to be...
He's headstrong, just like me. Whew.
I think he's going to be an extrovert, though.
Well, look at his daddy. He could talk,
that's what I was like. He can talk to anybody.
Yeah, I think so, too. Just the way he's so wild right now. So, yeah.
Well, he's almost 2. Well, it'll be 2 in November, but...
What did you study in college, and where did you go?
So I went to Western Kentucky University. If you ask me how I got there, I don't know. I don't even remember applying, but apparently I did.
What?
I remember going and touring the school with my dad.
But you don't remember
But I don't remember applying. I don't know.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. But I went to Western Kentucky University, and I actually graduated with a marketing sales degree.
Okay.
I always thought I wanted to go into either be like a social media manager or something like that behind the scenes. I never thought I'd be in it.
Yeah.
Or I wanted to do pharmaceutical or medical sales like my dad.
Like your dad. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I will say what's weird is I did an internship all throughout college, from the time I was a freshman to a senior, in human resources, and I never changed my major.
Really? I thought you majored in HR.
No.
I did not know that.
I have a degree in marketing sales.
Okay. Yeah, I did not know that.
And when I was about to graduate, they offered me a job in HR, and I said, no, I'm going to do inside sales. So I went and did inside sales for Nicole and David Johnson, Plumber's Choice.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
And I was good at it. But
I was going to say, did you like that or no?
I liked it. I hate cold calling.
Oh, yeah, no.
I hate cold calling. Nope. But I did it, and I was good at it. I mean, what's funny is I still have people, like plumbers, that would use our products. It was Flowtech. Still call me to this day.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, I don't work there anymore. Here's their phone number.
Oh, my gosh. That's funny. Well, you left an impression.
Yeah. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I liked inside sales, and I liked sales in general, just because I like talking.
Yeah.
But that's my dad and me.
You're definitely more the extrovert.
But my heart was in HR.
Really?
Because I always feel like HR has a bad rap, and I get it. There are times that you can.
That's a tough job.
But I wanted to be the opposite.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the person that people could come to and talk and... get things off their chest, not be that. I mean, there are times, don't get me wrong, I had to put my foot down.
Oh, yeah.
But I also wanted to be that person, that I was a safe place for them to come and talk to.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I could never do that. Mm-mm.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it can be hard.
That would be really tough.
I mean, I was called every name under the book, especially in manufacturing, because I worked HR in a manufacturing plant. Yeah, in automotive.
That would be tough. I'm such a people pleaser. Like, if somebody got mad at me, it would eat at me.
It was I
guess if it happens all the time, then you just get used to it.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, the place that I worked the longest, we had 3 shifts, and we worked 24/7. So I could get a call at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I had to go.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
If it was bad enough. Yeah. I mean, I remember a few times I got the call, and I had to go.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's...
And those are the times you have to put your foot down.
Yeah.
Like, come on. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Hard to say no. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's something I've learned.
It is hard to say no, but I'm getting better. You
trying.
are too. You
I'm
are.
trying.
You're getting better.
Yeah.
But we'll get there together. All right. You're obviously married.
I am.
How did you and Austin meet?
Me and Austin met... I was working as a hostess at a local restaurant here in Hendersonville on the lake, and he was the boat boy. So he... this is a comical story, I feel like, because it goes way back. I think I was 16 when we met, and so my mom actually had a boat at that marina.
Okay.
So, and we keep it in like the dry storage. So you have to call up there if you want to go out and say, hey, like we're coming, we'll be there in like 30, 45 minutes. Can you put our boat in? And so Austin was the one that drove the forklift to put your boat in or whatever. So he would sometimes answer the phone, you know, whatever. So, anyways, that's how we met. We met because he was working there and I was working at the restaurant that's like right beside it. And, I guess I feel like we didn't start dating then. We kind of just were like friends, hanging out, talking for like a year.
Lauren wasn't ready to commit.
I wasn't. And this is my exact words. You can ask my mom. I told my mom, I said, he is like somebody I would want to marry. And obviously at 16, I'm not ready to marry somebody.
No.
Like,
yeah, of course.
No. And after that year, we kind of went our separate ways. I was in another relationship for like 4 years, and then he kind of did his own thing. And then I think it was my 21st birthday. We hung out. We went to the Titans game.
Wait, so how'd you get reconnected?
We always kind of were like connected. Like we'd see each other and like random.
Okay.
So it wasn't really like, I don't know.
It wasn't weird that you just... saw
like
on
we
your 21st.
still, like, you know, we're friends.
Okay.
It didn't end badly or anything. So, I think it was my 21st? I don't know. But somehow it was around like 2021 that we got reconnected. And, the week I opened the boutique, he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I was like, holy moly, there's a lot going on this week. I have a new boyfriend and I'm opening my store. Hey, so here we go.
If you're going to do it, you got to do it all at once.
Yeah. So I think he asked me, January 10th was our dating anniversary of 2017. And then I opened the store like, I'd have to look back the exact date, but like that
I think it was like the 17th or something.
It was like that same week. So then we dated for 5 years and he proposed on our 5-year anniversary. And then...
How do you propose?
Well, that's a whole nother story. I literally planned my whole proposal. We kind of did things backwards. I feel like I'm really going into depth about this.
It's okay.
So we did things a little bit backwards. We built our house. So I had a house and then he moved in with me there. We lived there for like 2 years and we sold it and bought some land and decided we were going to build a house. Because he's in the construction world.
Right.
He knew all about that.
Yeah, he knew it all.
Okay, you know what you're doing, whatever. So we actually lived with his mom for 13 months while we built.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that long.
It was a long time. Yeah, so it was us. Thank goodness we did not have Liam yet.
Yeah.
That would have been, I mean, it was great, don't get me wrong, but we had a dog and then us too. It was just been a lot. But, so we built our house and then we were on our 5-year anniversary. I think we had been in our house maybe a year and I wanted to do some like pictures of us in our new house. So I planned everything, got a photographer, hair, makeup, you know, all that stuff. And I told him, I said, you better not propose because I literally planned all of this. Sure enough, 30 minutes before the photographer comes, he's FaceTiming my mom and my dad to ask for permission.
Wait. Time out. Austin didn't ask them before?
No, that same day.
That is how. If
that
that doesn't explain Austin, I don't know what does.
Well, and like he didn't have to go get a ring because when my grandmother passed,
right,
I got her ring, so I already had the ring on my nightstand. He literally went in there because I would have known if it was missing. He literally went in there during the shoot or like right before we started
and grabbed it.
Yeah.
That little sneaky.
I know.
link.
I was like, really? And so yeah, so she was like, it was funny. It was Mackenzie. She's like, okay, we're going to do some like back to back. And I was like, okay, this is weird. Like, this is a weird pose.
Yeah.
And so she like put us back to back and I turned around and then she was like, okay, turn around or something like that. And
Austin was down.
Yeah. And I was like, what the heck? I literally, my first words were, I told you not to do this. And so, yeah, he did.
That sounds about right, though. That's so Austin.
Oh, it's so him. I'm like, I should have known. That's totally right up his alley. He is, yeah.
But look at y'all now.
I know, 3 years later. Well, almost.
Has it been 3 years?
We'll be married 3 in June. So, yeah, almost 3 years.
Dang, you trusted me with your wedding cake, and I was only 2 years into my extravaganza?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you did everything. You did my wedding, my baby. You've done pretty much. I feel like you've done all my big life events.
That is true. I didn't realize it's been that long.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It all
Time
works out.
flies.
It really does.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have a 1.5-year-old. That just wait till you have kids. It will really.
That's what everybody says. Wait till you have kids and it really flies.
And everybody, yeah. And everybody does tell you that, but you don't understand it until you're in it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It's wild, but it's a good thing. It's the best thing ever. For sure.
I can wait.
She said, I can wait.
I'm good.
You're like, hold on. Okay. So you did use your degree, right? Well.
Yes, for a little bit. But I feel like I still use it now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, marketing. I still, like, owning a business, you use it. I feel like with helping out at Bates Boutique, I'm using it. Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's still I feel like if you're stuck and you don't know what, let me say this. At the age of, you usually graduate high school at 18, you don't know the flying flip of what you want to do.
No.
And even when you get out of college,
you still don't
know what you want to do. You've got to go out there and test the waters. That's why I think it's very important. Like, when you're in college, whether it be a paid internship, which most internships now are paid.
Yeah.
Or a non-paid, it's important to go out there and just do different things. And I will say this too, and I will say this until the day I die. It is important to go out there and see what all is out there while you're young. Yeah. Because you can rebound from it. As you get older, it's harder to rebound from it.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, like I have which I probably should have done it a little different, but I guess I'm using my degree, so I guess that's fine. But I have a fashion merchandising degree, but I also got that business and marketing minor because I was like, say I don't end up in fashion, like I feel like I had something else to like fall back on.
And you'd be surprised at how many people out there have a degree and they're not even using that degree.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I will say, being in HR, there are so many times that I have looked at resumes and we're hiring them for something and their degree's not in that. It's more now about your networking, who you know, the experience that you have, the knowledge that you have. I mean, somebody that has a degree in engineering but has never done it, and then you have somebody who's done engineering for 15 years
but doesn't have a degree.
They're probably a little bit more knowledgeable.
Yeah, you just got to get out there and do it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say yes, I've used my degree, and I still use it now, more on the marketing side of things, not really sales side. I mean, people joke all the time saying I could sell a trash bag, but it's like, it's because I like to talk. I'm not trying to be.
But you're not salesy.
No.
And like I tell the girls at the store, like if I hire somebody new, like I'm not a salesperson. And I don't want people to ever feel like they come in and that you're on commission.
No.
You know what I mean? Because it's not that. And like we're here to help you, not sell you something. Well, I think
too, the way that you've done your boutique is you're there to help any person that comes in feel beautiful when they leave, that they're comfortable in what they're wearing, whatever it might be. Like if you come in and you look at everything, you try things on and nothing works, that's okay.
That's okay, yeah.
But if you leave and you have all this stuff, that's okay too.
Yeah.
Like we want, I mean, I feel
we
like
just want you to feel comfortable.
but I even feel like we have customers come in and they're just coming in to hang out and chit chat.
Oh,
it's a safe place for them.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, being there for 8 years, I've gained a lot of really good friends.
That's good.
That
means you're doing something
I didn't know
right
before.
Yeah.
You know. So.
All right. Do you want more kids?
Yeah, we do. Austin wants them like today. And I'm just tired.
He said, I'm just tired.
Yes, we do. And he'll be 2, like you said, in November. And I don't want him too spaced out, but I feel like we're maybe by the end of the year. I don't know.
Hold up.
I don't know. Not having one. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it's a God thing. Like, if it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. I mean, that's how it was with Liam. Like, we weren't, like, preventing, but we weren't trying either. I was like, if it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. So.
Just don't text me this time that, hey, I'm pregnant.
Did I text you? Mm-hmm. I did? Mm-hmm. What?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
And then I came into the boutique and you said, hey, if I give you the gender of the baby, will you buy this thing? And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to put this thing together. Hopefully it's the right color. Hopefully it works properly.
Funny. I don't remember any of that. That's hilarious. Maybe was I just texting you about the cake?
No.
Hey, I'm pregnant.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all it was. You and my friend Mackenzie. Now, Mackenzie.
That's funny. She was my nurse.
Yeah, she was your nurse. She delivered Liam.
Yeah.
I told her the past 2 times has 2 little boys, and I was the first person, and I looked at her and said, you're pregnant.
Yeah,
and she fought tooth and nail with me about Baker, her littlest, and
sure enough.
She texted me like 3 days later with the pregnancy test, and it was positive, and she said, how did you know?
Yeah. That's how Kim, she did that to me. She was like, you're pregnant. It was at Lindsay's baby shower. And I didn't even know I was pregnant. Like, it was before. And I was like, no, I'm not. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, no, I'm not. Sure enough.
I always feel like you hear those stories where, like, somebody tells you that you're
They say it's like the glow. And I'm like, really?
I don't have no glow.
Me either. Not right now. That's for sure.
Heck no.
Who would you say that you're more like, your mom or your dad?
Oh, that's hard. I get my stubbornness and my, like, way of doing things from my mom.
Yeah.
But I feel like talking and my mom's an extrovert too, though, kind of. Like, my dad will literally sit here and stare at that wall and talk to it until it eventually talks back.
Really?
The man loves to talk.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
He loves to hang out.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
He just shows up.
He does. That one day he just showed up. We were like, oh, hey.
Hey, he said, who's here? I said,
like,
I don't know. And I turned around. I'm like, oh, it's my dad.
I love it. That's so funny.
But that is one thing I love about him.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I could see where you're
I feel like I'm a good mixture.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I feel like there's not...
But your mom's very like, I ain't putting up with your shit.
That's
like,
me.
Yeah.
I'm not doing... No.
Yeah.
And she's the same way. You either like me or you don't like me.
Yeah. And it is what it is.
And it is what it is.
I could see that for sure.
But I'm definitely like... Everybody, my dad especially, jokes that I am my mom and my mom is her mom. And it's falling down the tree.
Oh, that's funny.
And that's why the first time my dad met Dustin, literally not even 5 minutes into the conversation, you should probably run.
I could totally see your dad saying that. That's hilarious. Mm-hmm. That's funny.
Yeah, that's what
he didn't go too far.
He didn't go far at all.
He's still here.
And he's stuck.
Yep. He ain't going nowhere.
I don't care that I don't have a ring on my finger. He's stuck. Now, I'm not like my mom when it comes to money.
Yeah,
that woman is frugal.
She's tight. Yeah, what was it that she didn't want to...
It was the sets.
No, it wasn't something from the store. It was something like a McDonald's meal or something.
No, it was Kylie's chicken.
Yes.
She said, why would I get her chicken nuggets when I can just get a plain chicken patty?
Yeah.
And it'd be cheaper, and it's the same thing. And my dad's just like, just get the nuggets.
Just get them. What's another $1?
But I will say my mom is one that's more like, you really need to, like when I lost my job. Mm-hmm. She was like, you've got to start looking for jobs. You got to do this. And my dad's like, hold on. He's like, do you think, and have you thought about like what you could do if you
didn't
tried
have
it? And corporate. I was like, yeah, I've thought about it. And he said, give it a go. And,
oh, really?
Mm-hmm, he did. And my mom 100% supported it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But she is very
She's in the mindset of money. Like, you got to pay your bills. You got to...
Yes. And my dad is,
you have
too.
To have the saving, you know.
Yeah. And I will say, I think they offset each other really well in that way.
Yeah.
But also, when I lost my job, it was going into the holidays.
Yeah.
It was going to be my busiest season yet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge time for baking and graphic apparel and things like that.
Everything.
So, and at that time, I mean, the election was about to start. And if you were searching for a job, you noticed there wasn't a lot out there.
There wasn't a lot to choose from.
And I wasn't just going to take anything and be miserable.
No.
So,
that's not worth it.
I mean, I was like, why not? And
give it a go. Look at
give it a go. And
here we are
now. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are still days that I'm like,
oh, shoot.
What have I done? I have anxiety. Like, but I feel that's if I didn't have those things, and that's what my dad told me. He said, if you're not nervous, or if there's like, either you're doing something really right and you're making all this money, or you're still doing things right.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, that's part of business.
Yeah, it is. Like, I mean, any small business owner, I feel like you go through those days where you're like, do I want to keep doing this? Like, is this worth it? You know, it's scary. Yeah. I mean, you have good days and you have bad days. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it definitely, you have your ups and downs for sure. Like, I always see like those memes out there where it's like a small business owner throughout the day, and it's like, you know,
it's like up and down, up and down.
And I'm like, that is so true.
It is true.
It's so true.
It is true. But I feel like that can even be true in a corporate job.
Oh, yeah. I think anybody can relate to that.
Yeah.
But I feel like being a small business owner, I feel like when you see something like that, you're like, oh my gosh.
Well, people ask me all the time, and they're like, you seem so much happier, less stressed. I was like, it's not that I'm less stressed. Corporate stress and your own business are totally two different types of stress.
Yeah. I mean, I've never worked corporate, so I don't know. But
it's just,
I can only imagine.
It's totally two different things. I mean, I can actually turn my phone over at night and go to sleep, and I don't have to worry about my phone ringing and accidentally missing it to go wherever at 2 a.m. because somebody's
needing something,
smoked too much, and they got to go get a drug test.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like people who message me about a cake, you can wait until
the morning,
8 a.m. in the morning. I will get to you.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing too, is setting those boundaries.
It's hard. Been very. I mean, there are times where I'm like,
it's hard.
You have to go to bed.
Yeah,
like it is 3 a.m. You have to go to sleep. You got to be up in 3 hours.
Yeah. No, I struggle with that for sure.
It's hard.
It is. It is definitely tough.
Tell us about Miss Luna.
The lunatic that lives in my house. Actually, she doesn't.
She was good the other day when I was here, when you put her up because I was coming in.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. She's just wild. She's just a dog. She's a puppy.
Luna is her golden retriever.
Yeah, Luna.
That Austin thought was a great idea
because she's crazy. But I will take fault. I'm the one that was like, look at this cute little puppy.
Hold on, you've told me this entire time it was Austin.
No, it was me. It was me. And then
why did you think it was a good idea to get a puppy when you had how old was Liam?
Duke passed when Liam was 2 weeks old.
Yeah. Duke was an amazing dog.
An amazing dog. He was when he was younger, he was just like freaking Luna. So Luna has maybe some hope. But I don't know. I just feel like I wanted Liam to have
something to grow up with.
Yes, because I've always had dogs. I did growing too. Up, so I just felt like he needed that. Well, now she lives in the barn. But no, I think we need to get her fixed, and then she'll calm down maybe.
Oh, I didn't realize she wasn't fixed yet.
No, we got to do that. I mean, I think her birthday was like yesterday maybe. And Lauren, it popped up in my email. I was like, oops, I should have told Austin. I forgot. But yeah, so I'm like, she's a year old. We've got to do something.
Yeah, it's time.
She's just, and honestly, she's fine. She just doesn't realize how big she is. And like with Liam, like her tail alone can knock him down.
The crap out of you. Yeah.
And the jumping. Those are the two things that I'm like, I cannot handle. And I just don't want her in my house. I don't want my house stinking like a dog. So
that's fair.
She loves the barn.
That's Sasha.
Yeah, she loves it. Yeah, I mean, Sasha's got her own
she has her own little place downstairs. She does not come up in the house where I'm baking and everything.
Yeah.
One, I don't want dog hair everywhere.
No, yeah.
And I don't want anybody finding dog hair in their cage.
Oh, God.
That's the last thing I need.
That would be bad.
But two, down where she is downstairs, she has that doggy door. She loves to be outside.
She can go out when she wants.
Yeah, loves to go outside, loves to eat deer poop and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not kidding.
Oh, gross.
Or likes to play out in the rain.
Oh, Luna goes and finds, so Austin killed a deer, I don't know, a couple months ago, and he like threw it. He like gutted it, everything, processed it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all that gross stuff. And he threw the dead deer like way back in the woods. She found it, and now there's deer legs, like bones, on our back patio because she chews them. It's gross. Mm-hmm. But it keeps her busy. I mean, keeps her occupied.
Okay.
So I'm just like, whatever. Don't bring that thing in the house.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
It's gross.
Although Sasha did almost get caught by a coyote the other night.
That's so scary. You have to be, I was outside the other night and I heard them. And I'm like.
I mean, I knew there was obviously deer and stuff, especially where we live. We're out in the boondocks. But like. Where we're also at, I never thought there would be coyotes.
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere.
And what worries me is we have neighbors that have, the people behind us have horses.
Oh.
The people across from us have horses. And I'm like,
I know
that makes me nervous for them. Well, some of them, somewhere around us have chickens because we can hear the rooster.
Yeah, you gotta.
And we want to get chickens.
Yeah, you definitely have to.
We've been looking into it, but.
Yeah, it's scary. And they look like dogs too.
Well,
that's the
Dustin
scary.
at first, because they were coming down from the leather shop, and he thought they were deer.
Oh.
At first, just like little deer.
Glance, yeah.
Because we have 2 little babies that live behind, and then a mom, and so he thought it was just the babies. And then when Sasha started chasing, I guess he got the cameras, the light on it, shine on, and it was the 2 coyotes, and one of them turned on Sasha.
Yeah, that's scary. Now more about you. How did y'all meet and where was your first date?
Okay.
Y'all heard my story. Now it's your turn.
We actually met on Bumble. So I feel like all women do this where they get Bumble, then they delete it.
I never had Bumble,
it,
but
and then they delete it.
That was before my time of...
I mean, it's the same thing with Hinge, Tinder, all of them that are out there. And I had just deleted it like a week and a half before.
Wait, so you downloaded it and then you deleted it and then you downloaded it again?
Yeah.
Wait, why? Just because they're stupid?
I got bored.
Oh, okay.
Laying in bed one night and I was like, you know what? Let's...
There you go.
Swipe. And then the only way we could have matched was when I was working downtown, because the way I had my perimeter set up, it wouldn't have hit Murfreesboro. That was in the time when I lived in Gallatin.
Yeah.
That's an hour and 15 minutes away.
Interesting.
And he also worked downtown at the time. So it could have only been when we were both working downtown, and I must have gotten on it like on my lunch break or something.
I was going to say, are you swiping at work?
Yeah, I'm on there right now. I'm just kidding. It had to be when I was on my lunch break. It was probably me and my friend Maddie, because on our lunch break we would go up to the rooftop and we would get on Bumble. Yeah, we would, because we were both. So all of our friends were married or engaged, and we were like, what is wrong with us? We are the only 2 girls in our group that don't have anybody.
Oh my gosh.
So we were determined. And what's weird is I matched with Dustin on November 30th. And then we had our first date the next day.
Oh dang, y'all moved
It was
quick.
fast. And then Maddie met the guy she just moved in with in Virginia 5 days after I met Dustin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's funny.
Well, she had actually known him through like friends, but like that's kind of when they started going.
Out. Oh my gosh, how funny.
But so we met on Bumble.
Crazy.
We went to, I think it was called Legends Steakhouse. It's in Murfreesboro.
Oh, okay.
And we had dinner, and I can actually tell you what he was wearing.
What?
And I can tell you what I was wearing.
That actually, I do take that back. I have a picture from when we.
I don't have a picture, but I can tell you what we were wearing.
That's crazy.
And so we went to dinner, and then he was like, well, do you like want to go get some drinks somewhere? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem.
I know where this is going.
And he was like, okay, well, I'm going to go take my truck back and I'll Uber there. I was like, well, there's no point for you to Uber. Like, I can just follow you to drop off your truck and then I'll drive us. And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, well, yeah. Like, I'm not going to go to where we're going and sit there and wait for you. Like, no.
Yeah.
So I follow him. He gets in the car and we're halfway there. And he goes, so... And I was like, oh no, what's happening? Like, am I going to have to kick him out and just like beeline down the interstate? And he goes, where we're going, it's called Whiskey Dick's. It's in Murfreesboro. It's a little hole in the wall bar, a lot of line dancing, things like that. He is like, this is where my friends go every Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. I know all the bartenders. I know the bouncer. And
I would have been a nervous wreck.
And I looked at him and I said, so is this like a sink or swim situation? And he goes, I was like, okay.
Okay.
So
you met all of his friends that night?
Well, yep. So I looked at him, I said, I wasn't nervous, but now I'm a little nervous. And he goes, you'll be fine. He said, just be yourself. Because, again, I was myself at dinner. Like, yeah. And I told any guy I went on a date with, and I did the same thing with Dustin. I have a full-time job. I have a baking business. I am busy.
I work a lot.
I work. Like, I was upfront and honest because that's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So he knew that I was pretty upfront with whatever I was going to say.
Well, that's good because, like you said, I mean, a lot of guys would get mad or jealous. Or just, you know, that you're not giving them all the attention.
So we walked in. The bouncer, oh, hey, Dustin. And I'm like, I'm just sitting in behind him. I'm like, okay, this is okay. I did not know that Whiskey Dick's on Thursday had free beer until 11.
Oh, gosh.
Or $1 beer. Is it free beer or $1? Somewhere around that. Then on the weekends until 9. So by the time we get there, it was probably...
I've never been there.
We went to dinner at 7. Why I remember that, I don't know. We probably got there around 9:30. So all of his friends were already like, they did not know he was bringing me.
Oh, gosh.
They did not know he just went on a date. So when we walked in, it was Jeremiah, and at the time he had a girlfriend. And Jeremiah goes, "Who's this?" And Dustin goes, "This is Paige," and whatever. And so Megan, Jeremiah's girlfriend at the time, came up to me, and she was very nice, like including me, whatever. And she goes, "I'm gonna go line dance," and Jeremiah goes, "You can go with her." And I was like, I don't know how to line dance. Like, I'm not, no, this is not happening. So I literally stood there by Dustin for a while, and then we met. Some of other friend came in, and his one friend was not there yet, who you have met.
Oh, gosh, yes, I have.
So I think I will not drink and drive. It gives me anxiety. So I had...
Well, and you had a long ways to go.
I had an hour drive home.
But still, like...
So I always tell myself, like, if I'm going to be somewhere for a long time, I can have a drink.
Yeah.
So I had one drink while we were there. And then we go to the other side of the bar where his other friends are. And then here comes good old Hunter Morgan walking in. And if you don't know Hunter Morgan,
he's a hoot.
He is, and he's loud. Mm-hmm. But he walks up and he was like, "Who are you?" I said, "I'm Paige." And he goes, "Okay, so you know my buddy Dustin?" And I was like, well, yeah, we just went on a date together. And he's like, "Okay." And so him and Dustin go to the bathroom. Weird, they always went to the bathroom together.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
And he comes back, and Dustin's not back. And he goes, "So we're going to have a little chit-chat." And I was like, no. Oh, Lord, okay. So Hunter goes into this down rabbit hole of, "Dustin, you better not hurt my boy, blah, 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 whatever." Dustin comes back, and we're hanging out. We have a good time. We're there probably till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, gosh.
And then I take him home, and then I was going to go home. And whenever I took him home, we were just sitting there talking or whatever. And then I finally got home at 5 a.m.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't pay attention to find my friends or anything like that of who I have or whatever. Apparently, everybody pays attention to mine.
Was everybody looking for you?
No. I wake up the next morning. It's probably like 10 a.m. I get a text from my mom, my sister, Haley White, my friend Maddie. "Where were you until 5 a.m.? I didn't tell. I told Maddie that I was going on a date, and that was about the only person I had told.
Yeah. They were all watching you.
Apparently, my sister, Haley, looks at everybody's location at night to make sure they're at home. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good thing to know.
But
we don't even have that.
So, but yeah, everybody checked. What were you doing till 5 a.m.? So I got caught that I went on a date.
That's funny. And so they knew immediately.
Yeah, and then the next night we went to another line dancing bar downtown.
Can you line dance now?
I know a little bit.
Okay.
Dustin taught me a little bit. Some of them I can't do. It's too many spins, and I'm an upchuck.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about line dancing.
I can do a little. Dustin actually can, and he's good at it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot. But that's funny. I can't really see him dancing.
He can. My parents met him December 5th.
Oh, dang.
Well, we had that tornado come in.
That's right.
So we were actually on Hendersonville Main Street Road.
Yes.
Whenever that tornado came in, we, like 5 minutes before the tornado hit.
Oh, shoot.
And we had just gotten back home and to my house. And then the next day, I mean, there was a lot of places destroyed, out of power.
Oh, yeah.
My parents didn't have power. My grandma didn't have power. And it was cold. And so my mom had said, I had just gone to the grocery store and I had all those freezers.
Oh,
she was like,
right.
"Can I come put some of my food in your freezer?" So I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And then Dad texted me. He was like, "Grandma's cold. Can I bring her over to your house?" Because I had power still.
Oh, you did? Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you were further down. So.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And so Dustin and I ended up going to Cracker Barrel for breakfast. And by the time we got back, I thought they would be gone. Nope. They were not gone. So Dustin met my dad, my mom, Kylie, and my grandma. Then 5 days of us knowing each other.
Oh, that's funny. Here's the fam.
Yeah. I literally looked at him that day. I go, "Well, I guess it's sink or swim." That's what you told me.
Oh, that's great. I love it. And how long's that been? Over a year? Because y'all just had your year.
Yeah, we just had our year. So he asked me to be his girlfriend December 17th.
Yeah.
What life lessons have you had to learn the hard way?
Oh, gosh. That's a tough question. This one I would just say that you can't trust everybody.
That is a fact.
And I'm one to, like, give my trust until you break it, I guess. But, yeah, I'm not going to go too far in depth. But I would definitely just say that you can't trust everybody.
That is true.
Trust is a hard thing, but
it is hard. Do you still allow people to have your trust until they break it, or are you now one that's flipped?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I still do. I like to give everybody that chance, but then I feel like once you break it, it's hard for me to
bring it back.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah. What does your dream wedding look like?
Oh, Lord. If you would have asked me before I met Dustin, it was this big, elaborate black tie wedding. Now, for all I care, bring your lawn chair and put it in the back of the yard.
That's what we did. Shoot.
I'll be honest. I feel like I'm the girl with 27 dresses. I've been to so many weddings. Mm-hmm. I have been in so many weddings. I have catered so many weddings.
Yeah.
And I have brides come to me for advice all the time, actually, not just baking. Like, who would you recommend for this?
Yeah.
What would you do for this? What color would look good with this color and stuff like that. So,
well, I feel like you have that eye, and I feel like people trust your opinions and stuff. So,
and I love doing that kind of stuff, but and I love doing that for people. But if I flip it on me, I don't know that I want to do it for myself.
Yeah.
So I go back and forth. Part of me now says to do it in the backyard, and we can make it pretty.
Oh yeah.
Other part of me, I was talking to a friend and they said we actually looked into doing that and it was going to cost us just as much to do that as it was to rent a venue. Because you have to think, if you don't want people in your house, you got to rent like a nicer thing, like a potty, tents, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that is true.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Part of me too is
but saying, you've also got the shop and stuff too. So
yeah.
I feel like you've got a bathroom. Like I feel like you could totally make it.
But then a part of me also is like, do I want to do a destination wedding? Mm-hmm. But and I understand it's not fair for everybody. Like if they can't afford it or things like that. So I don't want to put people in that pickle either.
I know that's tough.
But so I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. Well, you'll figure it out.
And it could be part of me too is like, okay, do we do a very small wedding and then we just have a big cookout at the house and have fun?
That's what we did. There was like 20 people at our wedding.
So,
and then just a big party.
And the thing is too, is I have so many people in my family. When I say small wedding, it'd still probably be 50 to 75 people at the wedding before we get to the... I mean, my friends always joke that I was going to have to rent out Nissan Stadium.
Oh, my gosh.
Or Bridgestone Arena or something. And I don't want that big of a wedding. No, I don't.
That's a lot of stress.
I would like to keep it very small. And I feel like as I've gotten older, too, and, like, Dustin and I's relationship has grown, it's like, who has been there for us?
Yeah.
Who has stayed in contact with me? Like, there are girls that... And there's nothing wrong with it. People drift apart or whatever that I've been in their weddings.
They don't even talk to.
I don't talk to them anymore. And I hate that.
I know.
But it's like we're in two different stages of our lives now. Yeah. And it is what it is. I mean, I guarantee you, if they called me or I called them, we'd pick up.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I'm there for them no matter what. But it's...
Life's busy.
Life's different now. So, especially what it was 2 years ago.
Yeah. For sure.
But I don't know what it looks like now.
Well, you'll figure it out.
I joke with your mom all the time, bring that pizza truck and let's go.
We did have the pizza truck at ours. That was a good little late night snack.
We'll just redo your wedding to my wedding.
I'll give you my list of vendors.
Perfect.
You gotta make your own cake.
I don't know.
You think you will or no?
I don't know that I want a cake.
Really? You just gonna do desserts?
I just want a small cake for us to cut, and I kind of just want to do desserts. And I feel like... And I try to get more of my brides to do that because I feel like the guests like that. It's just an example, Haley, when she came in and she was like, girl, I have no desserts left at my wedding and I need you to make me a sample box. It's because everybody liked, she had...
Well, and everybody's got different taste buds. Like, everybody likes different things, and it's good to have that variety.
Yeah, I mean, she had macarons, brownies, cupcakes, cookies... The small cake. I mean, she had so much. Yeah. And honestly, the price of how I do my pricing, it was
just the same.
Almost the exact same.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But I do get some people just want this big, pretty wedding cake or whatever. And I don't know that I want that.
Yeah.
But if I were to do that, I'd probably have somebody do it.
Yeah.
Because the day of, I would be too
stressed.
Because right now, I would do the charcuterie table for cocktail hour. Yeah. I would want to do the wedding cake. I would want to do all the flour. Like, there's so much I would want
to do yourself.
Do I want to have a wedding where I can enjoy it, or do I want to have a wedding that everybody else is enjoying it and I'm catering to everybody. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm. No, you don't need that stress on your wedding day. That's for
sure. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I gotta get a ring first.
Hey, you never know.
I think somebody knows something.
I don't know anything.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
We talked this week and I said, do you even know like a clarity? He goes, what's that? I said, okay. Good to know.
Tell him to talk to Austin. Austin's cousin does diamonds or whatever, and he was explaining to Austin the other day about the different clarities and like what CZ was versus, you know, lab grown versus, and he was telling me this. It was right before Valentine's Day. It was like the day before Valentine's Day. He was telling me that Scott was telling him all this stuff, and I was like, okay, didn't think anything of it. And then the next morning I had that necklace sitting there, and I was like, oh,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I asked, so do you even know the different cuts of a diamond? He goes, round and princess. I said, do you know what princess even looks like? He goes, no. I said, do you know because I sent him all those pictures from us at market playing around. He goes, I'm just going to show him this picture and tell him this is what you want. I was like, okay.
That works too.
Whatever. I'll let him do his thing. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
Go get me a Temu ring for all I care.
Oh my gosh, no.
What's one thing that can instantly make your day better?
Probably my son. I feel like, I don't know, kids, they're wild and crazy and they can just make you smile. So I would say Liam and having a busy day at the store.
I feel like that always puts like anybody in a good mood, like having a good business day.
Yeah, for sure.
What if he's having a fit? Does that put you in a good mood?
No, not so much. But, you know, we have those days too.
He's a kid. What do you expect?
Exactly. But how many kids do you want? Speaking of kids.
I would like, if you used to ask me, I would say until my Escalade's full. I don't even have an Escalade.
That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So now.
That's a lot.
I say 3 to 5, but I would say realistically 3.
3. Yeah. They're expensive.
Ask me once I push one out, and then we'll talk. Yeah. I don't like hospitals. I don't like doctors.
I don't like hospitals either, but
I don't like needles.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way though, but your adrenaline's going. Like I was nervous, but
like if you ask me right now, like, do I want to do it naturally?
Heck no.
Part of me is like, yeah, because I don't want that big stick in my back of the epidural.
Oh, you want it? I promise. I had 2 contractions. The guy was like, do you want your epidural? And I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I feel good. And I'm not kidding. He walked out of the room, and 5 minutes later, I had these 2 contractions. I was like, bring him back. I was like, I can't imagine. People that do it naturally, kudos to you, because that shit hurt.
My mom said it don't hurt. I said, you're crazy.
No.
But I would say 3. Realistically, 3. Yeah, that's what Dustin has said too.
Yeah.
So, but twins run on his side.
I know.
And twins run on my side.
Oh gosh, 2 at once. I think I would. If I had 2 at once, I think I'd be done. I think I'd be one and done.
Good thing we got old Cher Bear and Michelangelo.
Yeah, that is very true. Because you're going to need them.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to just drop them off and say, here you go.
See you, bye.
Bye. No, they'll be good grandparents.
Oh, yeah. They need grandbabies. Like,
they might
now.
be. No, not now.
They do, because they're bored and they need babies.
No, I got this new heat press, so now all they have to do is press buttons and it'll go down. I did get it.
I didn't know that.
Shipped.
That's exciting.
So I think after this last time I've kept pulling it down, I can feel it in my rotator. I was like, no.
Yeah, no.
I'd rather just go ahead and buy this machine that's cheaper than a rotator cuff surgery. So.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's exciting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I bought it this week. I bit the bullet.
Well, that'll be huge.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Is it the 2 one?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah.
So we'll see how it works, and then we might have to get it for our next little adventure we have coming.
We got too many adventures.
Hopefully one will kick off for us. We'll see.
We just need one.
Just one. That's all we need. Do you have any pet peeves? I'm interested to know this one.
My biggest one is being late.
Fair.
Like, me being late, like, drives me nuts.
Same.
Can't stand it. I get
anxiety.
Me too.
I mean, the one time I was like, hey, I'm stuck behind whatever.
I'm my a nervous wreck until I'm there.
And I wasn't even late.
Yeah. I do the same thing. But then other people too. Like, that drives me nuts. Like, if you say you're going to do something.
Do it.
Do it. Like, don't. I ain't got time for this. Like, respect my time.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. That would probably be my biggest one. I don't know. I'm sure I have others. I just don't know. Yeah. If you could meet anybody in the world, who would it be?
I don't know. So Lauren and I kind of gave each other our questions that we were going to give each other before we did this. And this was
Thank goodness, because I would have been like stuttering.
This is the one I don't know.
You don't have anybody that you just like
There's nobody that I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I need to meet them.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's anybody that I'm like, I need to.
Like, obviously, I think there are people out there that have done an amazing things and great things, have a lot of knowledge. Like, right now I'm listening to the Mel Robbins podcast. Mm-hmm. One, it's absolutely phenomenal. There are things that I've listened to and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's anybody that I'm like
specific
or that I'm like starstruck by.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Like, obviously,
I feel like the only person that pops in my head is Dolly Parton. Which I don't even know why. I don't know. She's just an iconic figure, I feel like.
She is.
Like, it's a Dolly. I don't even know what I would say to her. I think I would just want a picture. And then I'd be like, okay, bye.
See, when it comes to, like, individuals like that, like, I want to sit down and, like...
And, like, pick your brain. Yeah.
Like, I obviously, like, respect you as a person and whatever, but I want to know, like...
How you think.
What goes in your head, like...
Yeah.
How does your mind work?
Yeah.
Or what do you think about... here's the thing I do, is everybody out there, they're a human being.
Yeah.
They have a life.
Just like
they
you.
have things that go wrong. They have mistakes that they've done, whatever it might be. But, like, I'm not going to judge you I want to know, like... your life.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know who are you. I don't want to know who you are as this famous person. I'm never going to run up to somebody and be like, oh my God, make this big scene. I'm the same way. No. Like, I want to know who you are.
Yeah.
Who is Dolly?
Yeah. That's a good answer.
So I don't really have anybody.
I feel like that, like, as we bring people onto the podcast as guests, like, I feel like like, that's kind of what we're doing. Like, we want to know you and we want to know your story.
Yeah, we want to know your story and we want to know, like, I was talking to Taylor this morning about the podcast and I was telling her, like, we want this to be a podcast that people come, tell their story, somebody from wherever learns something, gets something from it, gets motivated. Yeah. I mean, Taylor was telling me today, she was like, I just feel like I'm in a rut. And I was like, I get that. I said,
oh, I go through it all the time.
I just went through it a week and a half ago, and I still feel like I kind of am in it, but I'm slowly getting out of it. It's just taking a little bit of a time. Yeah. So I feel like that's normal, and I feel like it is. Other people need to hear, like, it's okay. Yeah. It's how you get through it and what you do after you're out of it. But I think it's going to be good for us to have other individuals on that can just tell their story, what they do, because people do things
so differently.
Yeah.
What is one thing that you would like to accomplish before you're 35? That gives you how long? 8 years? 7 years?
How old am I?
You're 28.
I'll be 29 this year.
Oh, so 6 years. Okay.
I don't know. It's hard because there's so many things that I want to do in my life, but, like, is it reasonable by the time I'm 35?
So I had 40 on there, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to put 35 just because I'm like, what does she want to accomplish first? You know what I mean?
I want to be able to say that I run a successful business. What is it going to be? I don't know. Yeah. Or I help run a successful business and we have employees that are happy.
That's a good answer.
Because I feel like I've seen both sides, corporate and non-corporate. Most of the time, you're individuals who are non-corporate or are in a smaller business that are, that's a little bit bigger essentially, but isn't considered corporate America, are happier, and there's reasons why. And then in corporate, excuse my French, you have your corporate bullshit.
Yeah.
Where you're just stepping on one another's toes. I'm going to step on your toe, even though I'm going to be two-faced to you so I can get up to the next level.
Yeah.
So I think whenever I own a business or I have employees or I'm helping somebody that has employees, it is important to me that the employees at that business are happy and everything is very transparent.
Yeah.
I hate lying. I can't stand lying, and I can't stand being two-faced to somebody.
Yeah.
Like telling you one thing and then knowing something else and saying something different.
Yeah. I mean, who's got time for that?
Not me. I'll tell you that right now.
No, for sure.
So I would say running this or helping run, either one. I mean, I don't know where it's going to take me. But
it'll go by fast, but
it will.
But a lot can happen in 6 years.
I mean, I'm hoping in 6 years I have a kid. So it's like that can also do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I feel like, too, if I were to say, this is what I want to do, sometimes in my head, that's what I'm stuck on. And if it doesn't happen, it pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of the same way.
So I don't want to say, like, this is it.
Certain thing, like a specific thing, and then it not happen.
Broad answer.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one.
That's what I'm giving. If you could change one thing in your life, what would it be?
This is a tough one, too, because I feel like by no means my life is perfect, let me tell you. But I feel like I'm very blessed, for sure. I have an amazing family, work. But I would say to put myself first more, and to just maybe even like the self-care like things. Like I feel like I said earlier, I'm a people pleaser, and sometimes I put other people first before me.
And it ends up hurting yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like taking that time for myself.
That's
because
fair.
I'm not good at that.
You're preaching to the same person that does the same thing. So I get that.
Even just like going and getting a face, or like my Christmas
gift. Have you used your Christmas gift that I gave you, Liam? Why?
I don't know, because I would feel guilty if I'm doing that and you're working the store. You know, it's just like stupid stuff like that.
I get it.
It's so stupid, but it's just how my brain works. So
I get it. Well, you go use your gift card.
I know. I really want to. I'm going to. I'm going to make a point in the month of March. I'm going to do it.
It's March 5th. You better get on it.
Okay.
Schedule that appointment.
Schedule it.
I'm holding you to it.
Okay. Make me do that for sure.
All right, y'all. This is our first episode of Pretty Please. So we will see you all next time. Our next episode is really going to be focused on Bates Boutique.
Yeah. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into my business and the behind the scenes of all of it. So I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. So yeah. For all my other boutique owners out there listening, or if you've ever dreamed of owning a boutique, stay tuned.
Sure. But if you will leave your comments below of maybe who you want to see on the podcast, or what you want to hear more of on the podcast, or if you just have questions, let us know. Let us know for sure. And we appreciate you all being here and listening to our first episode. And as I always say,
be kind.